want to send them a text, but you're not sure what to say, this is the text you're going to send.
Nope. Do not send that. If you are dealing with someone who is slow ghosting you, I cannot stress enough, do not send this text. Because consider the reason you want to text this person. Number one being you genuinely really like them, you're still attracted to them in spite of the fact that you haven't heard from them. And number two, you really truly believe that there is an extenuating circumstance for them not texting you. I.e., you may actually think that they are very busy with work, that a serious situation came up that distracted them, that they are the elusive bad texter. If you truly believe this point, text saying, hey, how are you? Well, that is the wrong text to send this type of person. Some of you may think, hey, how are you? Works because it is easy, lighthearted, low pressure, because it's a question, it compels an answer, but not in the slightest. Because, hey, how are you? That is a text that demands some thumb twiddling. You are dealing with a busy person. They don't have time to do, hey, how are you? You may think, oh, it takes 1 second to answer the text. No, hey, how are you means you're trying to start a conversation. So no one says, hey, how are you without an agenda. They have no idea what direction this is going to go. They don't know what hey, how are you is going to lead to. If they answer it and it leads to you trying to start an uncomfortable conversation, then you know that they're available and they're trapped in that conversation. They're just going to opt not to answer it altogether. Finally, you may think because there's a question, it'll force a response. Not exactly. Yes, it's a question, but there's no compelling event, no sense of urgency. If someone's truly busy, they can look at a text like this, hey, I can get back to this later. You are wondering how I know this. It is because my inbox is full of hi, how are you texts. I'm not already actively texting you, do not lead with hey, how are you? Tell me something specific that you actually want. Which is why my suggestion is
shut the fuck up in 2020
or whatever place on day, an exact day on Thursday, and you say, would you be down to go with me? And just some footnotes with that, I'm going to suggest an event or activity that you've been wanting to go to anyway.
Look at her. She's still running off at the mall.
Ideally something you both talked about. Then you're going to choose something that's on a specific day. Not just do you want to go to this thing sometime, do like the Thursday farmer's market. Because that is a compelling event that you need an answer by.
Women like this completely embarrass themselves for the rest of their lives.
And finally, you are going to specify with me, but this is known that as a one-on-one ask, not like a group hang. People ignore like group invites all the time. Now, some of you may think, wait, they're busy though. Doesn't that mean they're too busy to hang out anyway? Well, maybe. If you send a text like that, generally speaking, there's going to be 4 possible responses.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely not finishing that.
Thank you, Jesus!
By the time a woman is analyzing text this much about you, you're probably the hot, tall, bad boy. Women aren't doing this for the nice guy who makes it clear that he likes her. By the time a woman is addicted to this anxiety, and by the time a woman has had a history of dating guys who aren't that interested, she'll never make a good girlfriend and never make a good wife. These women are doomed. And you notice she had 145 messages from, nice guys and friend zone guys who she's not going to respond to.
Why does that not surprise me?
Her husband is in one of those messages, but she'd rather chase the bad boy who don't want her. This doesn't end well. Trust me.
Okay, it's gonna be a no for me. We spent 2 hours together and I was like ready to go towards the end. I have this issue, I swear, with almost every date I go on. I just feel like guys talk about themselves the entire time. It was one of those dates where I was attracted to him, but I felt like I had no chemistry. He just was talking the entire time and like barely asked about me or my life.
Because they don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you.
And there were a couple moments where we talked about me, and there were 2 things that we talked about. One was like he asked me what I did for work. Unfortunately, I told him that I do social media and like influencing.
Red flag number 577 in this video, guys.
He was so excited about that, but like not in a good way. The last hour of our date, all we did was talk about social media and influencing, and I felt like I was on a job interview. He wanted to do it, and so he was asking me so many questions and tips, but it had nothing to do with like wanting to get to know me, my experience, or what it was like for me, like all for him. The only other thing that we talked about me was being a mom.
It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park.
And he asked, because I was like, oh, I'm a mom, by the way. He was like, oh yeah, what's your custody issue? That was the first thing he asked me, which I thought was a really strange first question, an open book. And I was like, well, it's just us. And then he was like, well, how come? I felt like I needed to tell him, but then I told him and he got really awkward.
And what's wrong with that?
And I feel like he didn't know how to respond. I just feel like he's not my person. I didn't feel the chemistry. I didn't feel like he was in tune with me at all, or like wanted to know more about me at all. And He didn't seem like he was in a phase of his life where he would be ready for someone like me. Yeah, I'm playful and I'm fun and all those things, but I'm also like serious and I want a relationship and like a father figure. I just don't feel like he was that. So on to the next.
What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
Okay.
Ma'am, how old are you, first off? How long have you been dating different guys? You're a single mom. So, yeah, what went wrong with the baby dad? If it made him awkward on this recent date you went on, then it's probably something pretty cringe. It's not something normal. It's not like, oh, he cheated, so I left him. It was probably something that you did wrong. Or you probably, I mean, I'm speculating, had a kid from a one-night stand or something. And then you're a social influencer. Guys do not like that. Guys do not usually want to take a woman serious who's a social influencer past 30. It's just so much going wrong here.
Stop trying to make it work.